These are my rules of investing that have basically allowed me to beat the markets year over year. Number one, always do your own research. Trust yourself, not the hype. Don't listen to anyone else. Not a good friend, not X, not an analyst, not a drunk guy at a party. This is your money. You should trust you and yourself only. Number two, patience is everything. And if you do number one correctly, number two is that much easier. Patience is one of the most important things for you when you're investing in the long term. There are going to be many reasons or many excuses you can make on why you should exit a position, but there's nothing more powerful than doing your own research, having full conviction, and being patient. Number three, stay within your circle of competence. I always like to say diversification is important, especially when you're new. When you buy index funds, you have diversification. But when you're buying individual stocks, even more important than diversification to me is staying within your circle of competence. What does that mean? That means invest only in what you know and what you understand, whether it's a certain business or a certain industry. Don't start investing all over the place just because. Number four, never time the markets. Don't think you could find a bottom. Don't think you could find a top. They don't exist. Think long, stay long, have conviction, be patient. Number five, think long term. My motto, buy, hold, and smile. Same as don't time the markets, have conviction, and stay in it for the long term. Number six, always be investing. Every time I say always be investing, I'm talking about dollar cost averaging. This is basically where wealth is created. There's multiple ways you could do that. You could invest a certain amount every month, every quarter. You could invest when the markets are down, but dollar cost averaging is very, very important. Me personally, I never stop investing. I don't care if the markets are crashing. I don't care if we're going through a major correction. I'm always investing. As a matter of fact, the most important time to create wealth is when the markets are crashing. So that's when I'm dollar cost averaging the most. What do? I'm investing into the businesses I have the highest conviction in. That's where I'm adding my money when the markets are crashing. But a safe way to dollar cost average, if you don't want to take that risk, is just invest a certain amount into the markets or into your existing positions every month. Number seven, the miracle of compounding. Reinvest your dividends and let the profits roll. When dividends get paid, reinvest them back into your stock so you have more shares. For me, I don't invest as much in dividend stocks, even though I do, but I'm usually investing in growth stocks. What does that mean? That means I don't sell for no reason until I have reason to sell, and I let the profits roll. Why? Because 10% of 100,000 is a lot more than 10% of 5,000. So year over year, as that business is growing and as they're creating more value, as they're creating more profits and more cash flow, the stock price is increasing. 10%, 5%, whatever it increases over that increased stock price is a lot more than 5 years ago when you got in. Number eight, tune out the noise. Ignore the headlines. Like I said, don't listen to anything or anybody. Listen to yourself. Listen to the own research that you've done. That's the best way to have the highest conviction. Number nine, own great businesses and fundamentals, not just stocks. Research the business, understand everything about the fundamentals that you need to understand, whether it's cash flow, whether it's profits, where they are with anything that have to do with qualitative or quantitative fundamentals. Make sure you understand that and own those great businesses. Don't worry about stocks or stock prices. Number 10, lose your emotions. Fear, greed, hope, and ego are four of the key emotions that people struggle with. Leave those at the door. And last but not least, always know when to sell. Buy and hold does not mean buy and forget. The most important time to sell for me is when my original thesis is broken. What does that mean? That means basically when I was researching a business, there's a reason I bought that business. I understood where the business is now. I understood the unit economics. I understood the value of the business today and what it was going to be valued at 3, 5, 10 years from now, potentially. And I had a thesis. The thesis was basically why I was investing in that business and why I felt that business was going to add value over the long term. If that original thesis is broken for me, that is my number one reason for selling a business. So always know when to sell. There are other reasons that you should sell, but I would focus on the main reason that you bought the business in the first place. Meaning, don't sell for any of those fake reasons, such as headlines because you heard something from someone else, because the stock is down 30%. As long as your original thesis is not broken and the long-term vision is still intact and this business is still going to get to where they're going to get 5-10 years from now, then there's no reason to sell. I hope this helps. Comment if you have any questions.